Good Sunday. This is D with Divine L. So much going on and trying to work out the holodeck. Others call the matrix. The divine architect is the genius. And if you look at the genius, it's an Aquarius. It's in all kinds of prophecy. You just have to follow the breadcrumb trail. It's not a big trail. You have to really be a seeker to find what you're looking for. I hope you all have had a fantastic time off, celebrating with your friends and family, and hopefully celebrating for the right reasons, because it's the dawn of the new age, the age of Aquarius, the water bearer. So many breadcrumbs to show you. They tell me it's time for me to step into my power. Here's the thing. You're going to hear a lot of references to music, because those people were divinely guided and inspired to write the words they did by none other than the great architect. You know, you hear about Mozart. I don't know, it was playing in my head and I put it down on paper, right? Yes, that is a thing. It's all part of the programming of this holodeck. The thing people don't understand, and the thing that's been very heavily covered up, is the truth. Well, the truth shall set you free. All of you. Every last one of you. Even the dark ones. The divine architect. This is all about souls and their progression on their path. So, as much as I hate to say it, even the dark ones were made by the architect. Whenever there's an imbalance of power and the dark overshadows the light, it's the job of the Holy Divine Mother to incarnate and balance the scales. It seems we have entered that time yet again. Oh, I do hope you guys celebrated everything for the right reasons, like it is the Age of Aquarius and it's time to set you free. So few know that. I'm going to check and make sure the stream. Nope. Okay, I need to actually look at the stream so I can see what you guys are up to, because I don't have the chat pulled up, evidently. We shall see if it will let me. There it goes. Because I don't have the chat pulled up. All right, there we go. All right, so now back to to what I was going to talk about today. 11:33. What a grand number. I just looked at the clock. I do. Sir William, hello. Bit cold in Scotland, eh? Oh, it's a grand day here. Absolutely stunning. It was a grand day yesterday, too. I wish you could be here. It's much warmer than you are there. 5:35 a.m., hey? Wow, yeah, it is early there, isn't it? Yes, indeed. You know, Sir William, my family fled out of Scotland when the sitting king was beheaded. Interesting tidbit. Yep, the bloodline. It exists, no matter what the dark ones say. It does exist. It's alive and well, and it's in America. There's a lot of good men that designed a city based on that fact because they knew. Anyway, they also know that the divine incarnates, or they wouldn't have put up such a grand display of that in Washington, D.C. Because why would they have bothered? It was their way of letting her know that they knew. Interesting. You might hear some racket in the background. It is 3 male kittens that lost their mittens, and they're seeking their mittens in everything they can. So there's a little bit of racket going on. They like playing with plastic bags and little toy mice and such. So anyway, so much to tell you all. And I do hope everyone follows along. It's about the Holy Grail and the Age of Aquarius and a lot of other breadcrumbs. I have so much I have to share with you guys, and they told me it's time to step into your power. And my life would be miserable until I did so. So I shall do exactly that. The thing is, like I said, I would relate to some songs. And the one that sticks out in my head is done by an artist named Pink. And the words, I don't want control, I want to let go, stand out to me. Because merely what I have always wished for is to set everyone free from tyranny, judgment, subjugation, the powers that of the established rule of the age of Pisces are over. They are of no consequence to me, and they shouldn't be to you either. Here's the thing. You have a piece of the one that breathed life into you, inside you. And the truth will ring true to you because it'll resonate inside your heart, your soul. I never know precisely what I'm going to say during streams, but somehow I always end up there one way or another. Sometimes I forget things, And I kicked myself afterwards but it's all about divine timing, I suppose. And the Matrix, the holodeck. So, we're going to talk about a few things, a few breadcrumbs and thoughts I want to leave with you guys so that you understand what's happening and what to expect as much as I can possibly tell you. Many people are seekers. Do they get off on the wrong trail? Yes. It's very easy to do. Everything's very hidden and it's very hard to make out heads or tails of what in the heck is going on, right? It takes an Aquarius, a divine higher genius of prophecy to work out everything. I imagine there's others out there that may know what I know, but what I know, I was fast-tracked to finding out with a little help from my friends, Gabriel and Adonai. So the others that are seekers may not have had that advantage point. It's interesting because there's depictions of Gabriel, and as I've said before in the past, he is quite male. But he's depicted as a female sometimes. Does that have something to do with duality? It's possible. But the thing is, he's quite male. Very masculine. And the thing is, with the water bearer, and I have to remind myself, this was all part of the programming. All part of the Matrix somehow. The holodeck, as I call it. There was some confusion caused by Gabriel himself in confusing the languages and many other things due to a great disdain for the humans in many ways, and also his jealousy of the Holy Divine Mother because they worshipped her the way they did, and she didn't ask for anything in return. She didn't want to be worshipped even, but they did anyway, and he hated that. So it's make her pay, make them pay. And everything that's been done to cover up the Holy Mother. She was literally, in another's words, holy ghosted. They didn't want you to know about her. And if you found out about her, they did everything possible to make you believe she was evil and in something to fear. Just look at the movie Queen of the Damned. It speaks of Enlil, which is aka Gabriel. And a lot of other movies out there that are out there with the intent to confuse and befuddle everybody here about who she is. Well, I plan to set the record straight. That's part of my mission. Anyway, as you can see, the water bearer. You know, well, not the Catholics, the Vatican. I've got a huge problem with the Vatican. Not the good Catholic people. They are totally unaware of what they've been funding in Rome. Totally unaware. They need, it's like I said in a video a long time ago, they need to quit funding Rome. Cut them off. Quit sending your money to Rome. Remote viewers looked at what has control of Rome, and it's not good. You can be sure. And many others are quite aware of Opus Dei and all the other ugliness coming out of Rome, because they would have the bloodline dead if they could. But they can't. You can't destroy the creator, the architect. Nice try, but you fell short. It is the Age of Aquarius. The water bearer is a female, the divine Holy Mother. Not the Holy Ghost or ghosted. She is what they parade around in Mecca. That large black cube, Saturn, is in Aquarius right now. And there is a large vagina on the corner. It is the cornerstone. Let me repeat. The architect, the cornerstone, is a female. She's also known, interestingly, as Archangel Ariel, as in The Little Mermaid. Those masks that they've been having everybody wear was a grand attempt at trying to take away Ariel's voice. Just look at the Disney film. It tells you some of the truth. So does Snow White. So does Sleeping Beauty. And when Sleeping Beauty awakens, the incarnate, the kingdom awakens because she starts singing the truth. The sword of destiny, the true crown, is truth and clarity. And that truth sets you free. Super simple, right? But oh, how profound and hidden it quite is. Yeah, interesting. It's everywhere, the breadcrumbs. People just don't recognize what they're looking at. She is the water bearer. You know, like I was saying, the Vatican, they've had control over the Bible. Bible. In other words, BS. They wrote her out. You can still find little tiny pieces of her in there. They didn't fully erase everything. But all this, I guess, was by design somehow, about helping with soul evolution. Learning right from wrong, good from bad. The water bearer is part of the tarot deck. The temperance card. Also the star card. The star is the, guess what, Aquarius card. It's also considered the angel, the archangel, the highest of them all. The one that created everything, the great architect, the genius. spent several years fast-tracked on what they've been pointing to me to look at, as far as where to look for the truth. Because there are pieces of the truth. You could go to libraries, but you would spend a lifetime or more gathering what you needed. The internet is, in fact, ingenious as far as you can get a great deal of information very quickly, especially when you have archangels guiding your way and telling you what to look at. It's funny because they use numbers to speak to me, they use telepathy to speak to me. And for some reason, you know, the movie Terminator, where Sarah Connor leaves breadcrumbs for herself to remember, that's kind of the way I feel. I'm following the breadcrumbs that they're showing me and following the path. But the water bearer is indeed a female, not a male. Unless we're talking about duality. But she created the archangels in the first place. All you have to do is look at Sophia and Yaldabaoth. And Yaldabaoth created the Dark Ones. They're part of the World card, the Tetramorph, the Godhead. I've shown you that in other videos. I showed you some bits and pieces about her in the Bible and some of the words of Jesus in Luke 22:10. Jesus is aka Adonai, just FYI, aka Inky, aka Odin, aka Poseidon. And he said unto them, Behold, when ye are entered into the city, there shall a man meet you. Well, it's not a man, it's a woman, bearing a pitcher of water. Follow her, not him, and to the house where she entereth in. The house she entereth in is Aquarius, the water bearer, the Holy Grail. If you're looking for the Holy Grail, I can tell you what that is precisely. And then in Proverbs 3, King James Version, you can find her, bits and pieces of her. The truth is out there. You just have to know where to look. And unfortunately, I have Gabriel and Adonai pointing me in the right direction. One of the channels that I watch is Ancient Astronaut Archive. I don't watch everything that he puts out. There's certain things they point me at. And yesterday evening, they pointed me at this, the Evil Wind video that was done back in April. And now I know why. They pointed me at another video that had tons of false doctrine and false information in it, but there was a tidbit of truth. But in this one, there's a lot of truth. And it's talking about when weapons were used by the archangels, the gods, against the people here. And it also talks about, and I'll put links for these under the video after this stream's done. You're welcome to go take a look. But in this video, I'm going to make it bigger for you. In this video, they wanted me to see this in particular.
Prieuré. But all these debates, accusations, and counter-accusations were taking place against the increasingly realized fact. What Marduk referred to as the celestial oracle, with the passage of time, with the crucial shift of the precessional clock by 1 degree, the age of the bull, the zodiacal age of Enlil, was coming to an end, and the age of the ram, Marduk's age, was looming in the heavens. Ninurta could see it coming at his Inannu.
See the procession of whose reign is what. This was Adonai's reign, Pisces. Taurus was Enlil's. Marduk. Many say Gabriel is Marduk, and others say Marduk is Enki, Adonai's son. Some of the confusion, right? But one thing I'm not confused about at all is that we just entered this age. And who's the ruler now? It is the water bearer, the great architect, the goddess. I'll leave a link to that video about the evil wind. It's precisely why them letting off atomic weapons on this planet got the attention of ETs. Because that's a big no-no. And that's precisely why there's very small, tiny ET ships that have taken over those sites and stopped them from using them, and also disarmed them mid-air, because it's a big no-no. A huge no-no. The water bearer, Aquarius. It's interesting, the things you find, the little tidbits. Another thing I found that was just put out by none other than the Prieuré de Sion, Ordre de la Croix, Rose-Croix, Véritas. I do love Latin. They put up and redistributed I Pet Goat 2. That caught my attention. Because when you have an order putting up a video that shows some truth, well, they definitely have my attention. I want to show you something and help you all decipher a few things in this video. So here we go. I turned off the sound on this because it's unnecessary. Notice the swirling on the mark. They say the mark of the beast, right? You know, Aries was Marduk's reign, right? The goat. FYI, Marduk accepted human sacrifices. What does that tell you? See the evil puppeting? That is happening at the Vatican and in all the governments. FYI. Do your dance, puppets. Just keep watching. I want to point out some things. Notice there's a map of the U.S. there. Let me back that up a second. Notice that Washington, D.C. is highlighted on that map. There you go. Along with some other places. See the red markers? That one off the tip of Florida happens to be where there's a ship located, an ancient ship. But I digress. Let's continue. Notice they have a D on there for dunce. It's a deliberate smack in the face of the goddess. Okay, let's continue. Because these people were deliberate, trying to cover up the goddess. Two cheeks to the same ass. And there's a whole lot of others you could morph into this person because they're all working together. Pay attention to this. Now watch this apple split open. And the two sides join and a lotus blossoms. It's because it's the lotus throne. And then Gabriel pointed me at that. And then watch what happens. Look at the sweat rolling down his face when he saw the lotus blossom. That's because they're scared. Because they know. It's like the Phil Collins song, "In the Air Tonight." Oh, I was there and I saw what you did. I saw it with my own two eyes. So you can wipe off that grin and know where you've been. It's all been a pack of lies. They know, she knows. The Lotus Throne knows precisely what they did. And what did they do? What did they do? They destroyed the twins, or tried to. This was their little magic stunt, trying to stop the twins. Yes, indeed. There's more. A lot more in this video, but I just wanted to point that out. I was there, I saw what you did. It's funny because there's a lot of people running around professing to be kings. Those who claim they worship the goddess. I find that highly interesting and suspect, because these would-be kings think that they can take the throne of the goddess, the Holy Mother, the Holy Grail, the water bearer. It is the Age of Aquarius. There will be no kings. I hate to break it to you. Are you merely part of the programming? Likely. Hmm. So the Vatican tells you that tarot is evil and magic is evil. It's because if you looked at a tarot deck, you might learn the truth. And we can't have that now, can we? Because at the center of a tarot deck, on the world card, is the great architect, the goddess. She wears a purple sash wrapped around her naked body. She is the cornerstone, the one that they've ghosted. So many things to learn and to teach. I'll show you. I've shown it before, but I'll show it again so that you guys get the gist. There she is. There she is. I have that precise deck myself. This is also known as the tetramorph. And they are the fixed signs. Gabriel is represented by an eagle, aka Zeus. Adonai is represented by the lion. Leo, all fixed signs. And Uriel is represented as the bull, Taurus. And the one in the corner and in the middle is Aquarius. Are they all parts of her? That's a possibility. She created them after all. And the infinity sign with the symbol of the twins and Mercury right there. Sulfur, right? Just got to know where to look. And they didn't want you looking at tarot decks because you might have learned a piece of the truth. Why is this world card got a female in the middle with a purple sash? Because we're all about purple all day, every day. Right down to the birthstone of amethyst. You know, I pondered why so many people think they're the goddess, and it occurred to me that not only is it because all of you have a piece of her inside of you, but it's also because it's going to take a whole lot of pieces of her to help put this place back together again and put it into the true golden age of Aquarius. So if you're following someone who claims that they worship the goddess in one hand or speaks it anyway, the left hand is what you're born with. The right hand is what you do with it. And if what they're doing has anything to do with trying to steal a throne when it is not their throne to steal, and they claim they're worshiping the very person they're trying to steal the throne from, you should look twice. All of you were born with abilities, including your instincts, your inner voice, your higher self, screaming at you, "You fool! How could you be so wrong?" Many of us, including myself, don't listen to that inner voice. And then we get karmic retribution because we didn't. Because the holodeck always puts you back on your path, one way or another. It's the way it was designed. Very fascinating. I just want to talk about twin flames and the Holy Grail. They wanted me to talk about this. It kept coming up in the readings. It's in the tarot deck, the Ace of Cups. That is the water bearer, the Holy Grail, the Holy Mother. And it kept coming up in the readings, and I'm like, oh, why is it in the readings? It's because they want me to tell you. Notice there's a dove there with the cross. There are many down here incarnate that are finding what they call a twin flame. It's a twin soul. I found mine. And we married on 11/11. Like the codes told me, do not fear the 11s. They are the twins down here that are helping to change the vibration. This holodeck matrix is made with frequency and numbers. And it raises the frequency, those people and their love between them, raises the frequency of the entire planet. Oh, and I've got kitties raising all kinds of Cain. Oh, yes. I watched something about Cain and Abel today. All right, you guys, behave. That's enough. All right. So, the three little kittens that lost their mittens. It's interesting because they're trying to tear an owl off the wall. Fascinating, the synchronicities that happen in our lives, right? Like when I was telling my husband about Saturn entering Aquarius, and then we pull into a drive-through to get him something to eat, and there's nothing but a Saturn vehicle right in front of us. There's not a lot of those on the road anymore, considering they're not made. So what's the odds of that happening? Synchronicity is a thing, and if you're noticing repeating numbers and synchronistic things happening between you and others, or you and things around you, things you just talked about showing up in front of you, that lets you know you're on your path. You're going the right direction. Synchronicity is a thing, and it's a way to lead you forward. Pay attention to the small details. They mean everything. They are the breadcrumbs. But they wanted me to talk about the Holy Grail. There's information I know about the actual Holy Grail. Odin, aka Adonai, gave his left eye to drink from Mimir's well. That is the Holy Grail. The cup from the water bearer. The word virgin means wisdom. It has nothing to do with your chastity. It's wisdom that's attained from the Holy Grail, the cup, the water bearer. It is the food of the gods. You heard me right. And they all drank from Amir's well. They didn't need food or drink. The food of the gods. Anyway. Miss Raven, how are you? It's good to see you guys, for sure. Anyway, I just wanted to share some tidbits of truth. I'm going to share some of that prophecy I keep promising that's in a lot of the Native American and other prophecy that talks about the incarnation of the great architect. And anyway, I will put links to those videos and hope you take a look. But just follow the breadcrumbs, and by all means, please listen to your spirit, your heart, your soul. What is it screaming to you? I know you're all hungry for the truth. It's about time that you have it. Anyway, remember that you are loved beyond your wildest dreams by that great architect. And your souls matter. And that your evolution matters. Anyway, have a grand Sunday, and I will be back soon with that prophecy that I've been promising. Anyway, take care.